What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. I'm so excited for this one because the Times newspaper is sensationally claiming that Kylian Mbappe has told Paris Saint-Germain that he wants to leave, and furthermore the reporter explained that Liverpool is the superstar's preferred destination. How good is that Mbappe wants to sign for Liverpool? He glowingly said very nice things about Liverpool in the past, and I think he is a very big Liverpool fan as well as a Real Madrid fan. Growing up as a kid, I'm sure that he watched the Istanbul Champions League final. He's definitely watched the 2018 final against Tottenham, I think, or was it 2019? I'm not sure, but yeah, let me know, how do you feel about that? What do you think? And many of you guys maybe are saying right now, how can Liverpool afford it? Well, I will explain that in the second part of the video, because FSG, the Liverpool owners, are getting a big investment from an investment firm. So we will talk about that a little bit later in this video. But first of all, if you are excited about this, leave a like and let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about this? So playing in the Premier League is the dream of Mbappe, and so is La Liga. But of course, I think Mbappe would be smart if first he moves to Liverpool and then maybe a few years later, 5 or 4 years later, he moves to Real Madrid or Barcelona. And French outlet La Parisienne state that Paris Saint-Germain are desperate to agree a new contract with Mbappe, but if Mbappe wants out, then only Man City, Juventus, Real Madrid and Liverpool are financially capable of pulling off the deal. Barcelona are not in the running, they are almost bankrupt, they don't have any money, and Mbappe is an incredible footballer, it goes without saying, and him rocking up at Anfield, imagine what rival fans would say, imagine how much it would rile up rival fans. So I just want Mbappe, not just because of that, but of course because it would help Liverpool tremendously. Imagine if we could add Mbappe's goals to the goals of Salah and Mane, and I'm sure that Firmino, sometimes starting, sometimes coming off the bench, would help Liverpool score goals as well. And realistically, after FSG were evidently resistant to spend money for a much needed centre half in January, it's hard to imagine Liverpool in the current state signing Mbappe. But we have big news that Liverpool are getting a big investment, because the investment firm Redbird Capital are about to acquire 10% of Liverpool FC owners Fanway Sports Group very soon. Sportico news website claim the deal is very close to being done, with Gary Cardindale's interest being an open secret in FSG at this point. And given talks with blank check firm Red Bull fell through earlier this year, this is a different firm. We are talking about Redbird Capital, not Red Bull Capital. It's clear that these sort of agreements aren't completed too rapidly, and as they wanted a larger stake of 25%, it further complicated things. But now that Redbird Capital are set to acquire FSG, or at least 10%, Huddle Up founder Joe Pompliano said that the deal with Redbird won't be completed for at least another 6 weeks or so. But the most crucial part is that it will be completed before the end of the season, so Liverpool could get a big investment in the summer from the owners, because the owners will be filthy rich at that point, and I'm sure that it would do PR very good for the owners to spend big money on a big new signing. And also it would almost guarantee Liverpool winning further trophies, further like improving the asset, which is for the owners Liverpool Football Club as a club, as a brand. And while a potential new investment in FSG doesn't necessarily mean that Liverpool will see any of it, supporters will be keen to find out, of course, if that's the case, and we should get an idea as soon as this summer. Instead of straight up cash injection, what's more likely is maybe Liverpool benefiting from a newfound relationship with French side Toulouse, who are owned by Redbird. It's been a dead horse for a long while, but FSG are notoriously tight when it comes to spending their own money, new players, so I don't want to complain about that too much. But the investment Liverpool have got from their owners in other areas, it's hard to complain too much without sounding like a spoiled brat, because they expanded Anfield and they are continuing to expand it. They built a new training ground which looks absolutely fantastic, state of the art, and I'm really excited about this news, because Redbird Capital acquiring 10% of Fanway Sports Group for $700 million is absolutely huge. So quietly, Fanway Sports Group has become quite one of the most popular and powerful sports entities, not one of the most popular, but one of the most powerful sport entities in the entire world, because not only do they own Boston Red Sox, Liverpool FC, Fenway Park, Anfield, but they also own half of LeBron James marketing and brand rights. That is absolutely huge, because LeBron James is a global superstar and he's a Nike ambassador as well. Mbappe is also a Nike ambassador, so hopefully LeBron James can pull a few strings, and also Fanway Sports Group can pull a few strings. So in 2001, when they bought the Boston Red Sox, it was valued at $426 million. Now it's worth $3.2 billion. Liverpool FC in 2011, it was worth $552 million. Now it's worth $202 billion. So they made a 651% return on the Boston Red Sox and almost a 300% return on Liverpool FC as well. Professional sports teams are premium. They are very scarce assets that have a strong record of value appreciation. They typically provide a stable cash flow outside of pandemic-related forces, and they have a 100-year history of non-correlation to the broader stock market. So investors obviously like that. On a micro level, sports media rights are expected to double within the next 5 to 7 years. Increased access to sports betting in the US also presents a unique opportunity for professional franchises to add additional revenue streams, and that this was a great deal for Fanway Sports Group, and I think they want, of course, further investments from outside sources like Redbird Capital. So it will be interesting to see how this kind of a traditional investment firm and how his addition into the sports ownership ecosystem impacts everything from valuation to free agency spending. Don't forget that private equity funds and other institutional investors are now allowed to purchase equity stakes in multiple NBA franchises. So hopefully, maybe Fanway Sports Group will look at that as well. But I think this just means that Fanway Sports Group will have a lot more money, and hopefully Liverpool will see some of it and we will be able to spend it on Mbappe, because that would be just an absolutely brilliant transfer. According to former Real Madrid president Ramon Calderon, Mo Salah is wanted by Real Madrid, but he says that they can't afford him this summer. Salah is a great player and a goal scorer, he said. He helped Liverpool by giving his best, but I don't think Liverpool will let him go. It is expected that if they were to think about it, they would only let him go for a lot of money. Salah is wanted, of course, by Real Madrid, but Liverpool would ask for a lot of money, and if that deal were to be completed, it would be crucial. Salah is a great player with fantastic potential, and any club wishes to acquire such talents, but for Real Madrid, I do not think they have the financial means to sign Salah. And I think that is right. Salah is a brilliant player, but he would command at least 150 million in today's transfer market, and also Real Madrid are not in a financial position in the middle of the pandemic to afford that kind of transfer fee on just one player, unless they sell some of their stars, which I don't see happening really. And I reported previously on this, and this is pretty worrying. Egypt have confirmed their intention to include Mo Salah in their Olympic squad, presenting a problem for Jurgen Klopp, because this summer's Olympic Games are held in Tokyo, and the Olympics are running from July the 21st, 23rd to August the 8th, and the Premier League is scheduled to get underway on August the 7th, so Salah would likely miss both the pre-season and also the opening weeks of a new campaign with Liverpool, and that is not good. I mean, if Salah misses the whole of pre-season and the first 2 or 3 games of the Premier League, then that would be a big blow for Liverpool. The Egypt under-23 coach said that Egypt's under-23 team's preliminary squad will be led by Mo Salah, and Salah is currently one of the most important players in the world, and it's normal to call him up for Egypt's Olympic squad. We will start the official talks with Liverpool after the international breaks next March, And that's the problem. How can Liverpool say no to that? I think Salah would love to represent his country. He's very proud to be from Egypt, so I don't think we can say to Salah, don't go to the Olympics. But some kind of solution needs to be worked out, because if Salah goes far with the Egypt squad in the Olympics, then he will miss a lot of games next season, and also the whole of preseason, which is of course less than ideal. But let me know what do you think about this. Also, very sad news today. Liverpool legend Ian St. John has sadly died at the age of 82, so may he rest in peace, and my condolences go out to all of his family, his friends, and all Liverpool fans who have any connection to him. That he is an absolute legend at Liverpool, one of the best and the most famous strikers that Liverpool ever had. He scored the winning goal, the winner in the FA Cup final in 1965, the first FA Cup final that Liverpool won in their history, and also he scored a lot of goals. Mo Salah just recently equaled his goal record, and he was a Liverpool player for more than 10 years, which is a lot. And the Liverpool made a statement on their website saying, "It is with heavy heart that we have to inform you that after a long illness we have lost a husband, a father and a grandfather. He passed away peacefully with his family at his bedside. We would like to thank all of the staff at Arrow Park Hospital for their hard work, dedication during these very difficult times. The family would be grateful for privacy at this extremely sad time." So Ian St. John, may he rest in peace, and he will be forever remembered as a Liverpool legend in the Liverpool history books. He made 425 appearances in all competitions, scoring 118 goals. He represented Liverpool between 1961 and 1971, picked up 2 league titles, an FA Cup and a European Cup Winners' Cup during his time. And he's also inducted into the Scottish Football Hall of Fame. He was inducted in 2008. So Saint, as they called him, will be remembered fondly by football fans in the UK and beyond. So rest in peace, Ian St. John. I'm really sorry to hear this news about him. And Jurgen Klopp said this about this: when I arrived here at Liverpool, I knew a lot about the 90s and this kind of stuff because of when I became an adult and was interested in international football. But when you arrive at Liverpool, you become aware immediately of these legends from the time before that, and some of them I've been lucky enough to meet, one of who was Ian St. John. When Ian arrived, it's so funny because you see these pictures of the legends on the walls, and he looked like on those photos. It was easy to see, oh my god, yes, it's Ian St. John. He was not only football-wise a legend, but a true legend as a person. It was a pure pleasure to meet him. He had a little present with him. I'm not sure if it was his first game for Scotland, but it was a shirt from a game against West Germany with the number 12. I am now 53 years old, so I don't remember 100% who the player was, but in my mind it was Heinz Flohe, a player from Cologne. I think he said it was just outstanding. I'm just so happy to have met him, because the best thing you can learn from these legends is how easy it is to stay the person you are even when you had the biggest success in the past. I feel really honored to have met him, and when I heard the news today, I was devastated. All my prayers go to his family, and I know he's in a better place as well. I'm really happy I had the opportunity to meet him. And I think that's a brilliant quote, brilliant interview by Jurgen Klopp, the Liverpool manager. So yeah, let me know what did you think about all the topics that we discussed in today's video. And thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.